There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving the fear and the promise of death. The work with my life without fear.
I lyric
Master.
Play Paris, you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And you no money, and more I yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world, folks. Good evening. Good evening to all of you out there, TV listeners, our supporters, and our well-wishers. Those of you always following the broadcast and making it your own, or better say, the station that you listen to or that you follow for all of the latest information, all of the happening of the day, all of the things. Because for us here, we don't, always using that word that people can always use locally, that we don't carry for any kind of beauty pageant, and that's the kind of thing we do here. For us here, we don't take sides. We don't think about which side you own, which side the other person own, no. But our major concern is about better Liberia. That's why we come here. We dedicate all of our time, all of our energies and everything, and making sure that we discuss the issue of the day. Help us share the show, people. Good evening. Welcome to this Thursday, the 12th of February, the second month in the year 2026. And gradually February is moving into the Mayfield position. Yes, indeed, it's moving into the Mayfield position. We're already into the Mayfield. That means we're already into the central part of. Gradually, in a few days from now, we'll gradually enter into half of February, and we'll be waiting for just a few days, because February 28 days. I think in the year 2026 is 28 days. So help us share the show, people. The show will be interesting this evening. Steve will join us here. Mark, Brother Aliu, and the rest of the team will be here this evening to bring you all of the happening of the day. Yes, people. Help us share the show. Yeah, I'm doing that already. Let me see our best to share the link around so that our team can join us here this evening. But trust us, we'll give you all the information, in full. Yeah, so don't worry yourself about things that maybe that are happening in the day, at the time, and you've been thinking as to what are you going to hear some of these things on the platform. But yesterday we were unable to be with you because of the traffic. Yeah, sometimes these are life challenges that we also take, sometimes a little distance We travel before we come back, and the time already against us. That's why sometimes we find ourselves around the as you may call, because you know, we gotta be here with you, because any other time, or maybe any other thing we do outside of our time will likely be against us. So that's why yesterday you didn't hear us. Yeah, but help us share the show. Let me see quickly myself. I'm doing that. Yeah, well, it's confession time. People say it's confession time. I will not. You know, some of us we have our stand on all of the behavior, or some of our brothers and sisters out there, you know, who claim maybe they want to be propagandists, or maybe they want to be side of the yeah, who think that maybe the only way that they can get popular, they can get to the politicians, they can do any other thing is just by cursing. And some of us will say, no, we won't sit there and support the kind of thing just because maybe somebody want to, no, no, no. We don't support that. Our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, yeah, and our women won't be following the kind of things up and down in the media. People want to have their say, people want to insult. Just because you want to, you can have your say out there instead of you insulting. But let me share the show. I'm sharing the link around quickly. Help us. Yeah, let me see quickly. Let me share the link around to our team of panelists to join us. They help us, people. Please give us a like, comment, and share. It's not easy though. The political scene is getting interesting day by day. And I know there are a lot of pools and opinion pools and so forth are moving on. Yeah, very interesting. So it's just about elections. Our entire lives is just about elections. People go to school, they graduate, no job, nothing to do, but all they think about is how to vote, how to re-elect people, or how to take people from positions. That's our job. So we here, anyway. We here and we will do these things. We will vote. Yeah, we will vote because it already started since when? Since 2024. Yes, the campaign started. I've been saying this. Times we have numbers that the ruling party already started campaigning already, and Senator Dawes did also admitted to that, and he said that yes, we are the one creating all of this scene. We are the one creating all of the tensions. We are the one doing everything. We are the one telling the public that indeed let us campaign. In fact, let them campaign and so on back to back. Yeah, well, it is indeed interesting. Yeah, so help us, people, help us share the show. It is indeed interesting. We not live in West Africa. We live in Africa, especially Liberia, where nothing is important besides politics. For our politicians, for our religious people, only have for all to go to church on Sunday, and for all to vote for the politicians on election day. Yeah, the life is just interesting. Every time when I sit back, I think about life and I say, yeah, indeed, life is indeed interesting. So either you find yourself into some of the as you may call, maybe you find yourself into any of them. Either you find yourself into politics or you find yourself into the religious area, because we have to go to church on Sunday or maybe on Friday, and we have to pay our offering or our tithe. And we have to vote for the politicians. So that one is for the religious people. They're going to church on Sunday and on Friday going to the mosque. And for the religious people, that's I want to benefit. Then for the politicians, it's for you to go out there on election day to vote. That's I want to benefit for you. So again, yes, that's the life. But Prophet Key been in the news for time now. I think since this week, Prophet Key been into the news and so forth. And today, I think they were hearing today, and in a hearing, we understand that the prophet, the man who came to prominence by what? It's good. People support Baba people just because maybe they hate other people, just because they don't want to see other people. So let me join the other group of people and hate Mabel, or in fact, hate Monk or maybe hate the other person. Now look. So you join that wicked person, that person will not even have any good thing to bring to the table besides destructions. Join them and you do whatsoever thing you think that you want to do just because of hatred. Yes, that's the country, that is kind of a society we find ourselves in today. So there are a lot of you that supported Prophet King financially. Anytime you get people money, that means you are supporting them financially for them to do whatsoever thing they want to do. Yes. That means you're giving them power to do any other thing that, because the issue of money, that's what the Bible said, that money is the root. Yeah, money. Money is the way people do wickedness. Money. Anything you want to do under the sun, just get money. You will do it and you will achieve it. Anything for that matter, that money. So that was money rule the entire world. So when you get people financial strength, you're telling them to do more. You know, and today, Prophet Key, today he said, he confessed that he will never again cause our mothers, our sisters, our women, our daughters. Again, we don't know yet, so how far they're going to go, because you can't take the man bread from him off. Yeah, you know, you can't take the man bread from his mouth, you know, and that's bad. When you do that now, then there where we would the human rights activists, there where now will come in, because they may have to survive. But anyway, Monk is here already. Let me bring my dear brother Monk on quickly. But indeed interesting. People, but Monk, what do you think about that? How do you meet that about having some internet reach here? All right. So I think behind Monk, I think they miss your playing. So that means Monk is setting up. Monk, when you better just give me a thumbs up. So my people, Muna, I don't know why you get me clear though. I said in Africa, then I come back and I said West Africa. So what's your point there? But I will go evening to all of you, Muna, play, CD1 Jebo, my good friend and brother, and Regina Mark, Sidiki Traore, all of you who are watching, Emmett Hammond, the good friend of the media. Indeed, Emmett is one of the good friends of the media. I don't know about this guy. I don't know how they got managed, but you know, there are people who claim that they hate other media institutions. They don't want to hear about the other group of people, but Emmett follow all of the media institutions. That's good, Emmett. That's good. I like that. Yeah, that's good, Emmett. I like that, my brother, and I'm proud of you. Continue to be that kind of person. That's the best thing to do. Look, you can go against the media. No matter how strong, no matter how you think you are, no matter what kind of more connections, no matter how popular you think you are, you cannot. And because if you go against the media will, in a split second, destroy you. That's why you don't go against the media. But again, let me see what a Monk has said. Monk, sorry though, I'm not really seeing you, but Monk, good evening, my dear brother, and welcome.
Hello?
Monk, I'm not getting you. If you're getting me, well, I'm not getting you.
Maybe you can hear me?
Wow.
Hello? Hello?
Wow. So yeah, folks, those of you who are watching, I don't know, but we're having some technical glitches, maybe based on the internet. Yeah, you know, there are a lot of hackers. In fact, let me play these last Chinese hacker who are now hacking systems, who are now doing all kind Africa. Africa is getting interesting. And let's say though, they are Chinese hackers. Let me see them quickly. Let me have you guys who are arrested by our police. Mark?
Hello?
What? Yeah, Mark, are you there? Because I'm hearing let me say playing behind you.
You hearing me, maybe? Something is not
Okay,
right.
now I'm hearing you loud and clear, my brother. Go ahead.
Oh, anyway, I'm here. Good to be here. I was playing music. I mean, when I came on, you couldn't get me. But I can see myself on the screen. I'm staying in the back or on the how they call it? the software here.
Having some issue though, but we have hackers though nowadays, so it's not easy. So easy now and then. Now let me see. Let me remove you and add you. Steve will come. Yeah, because yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was hearing
about getting you more
because I was in the back. I couldn't see.
Yes, they getting you. Let me see me are you too? Anyway, but when they not see you, what you see me?
No, I'm seeing you.
Maybe they have they want to succeed though.
No, they will not succeed. We'll find a solution to this.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing you.
But maybe where the comment?
How you doing, Mom?
Where the
What's up,
comment coming from? Why you seeing us? Why we seeing you? You can see us. What's going on?
My brother, maybe I have to.
I think you text on and function on the.
No, I will go out and come back.
Yeah, you need to go out.
You go out and come back. Yeah, and let's see if it works.
What's up, Mom?
What's going on, Ali? What's going on?
No bad, bro.
Another day, great to be alive.
Yeah.
And people saying that they're hearing us in the background. Somehow we cannot appear on the stream. That's why we're playing music in the background. Melbourne first came on because I couldn't see myself, so I assumed that I was not connected, but I was connected. I'm using two screens.
People, you please help us, those of you who are watching, or Sktv, I don't know whether you're seeing everybody or only me, you people seeing, then you'll let us know. Because a lot of Chinese people are already now start hacking the system, so we don't know which way are we now.
Well, I mean, from the screen here is telling me that I'm in the show. It's telling me you are in the show, but I'm not on the screen. So only you I can see. I think Ali will be getting that same feedback.
Yes, I'm in the show, but he can see me, but I can see him.
Yeah, maybe one play with on a function over there. Someone a quick function.
All right, so you go ahead first. Let me welcome all of you. At least the most thing is let me able some people can see and who can see and other thing. We're getting you people loud and clear. So let's move on while I do some adjustment behind the scene. Yes, let's go ahead.
Well, that's great. Ali, what's up? Why trending the social issue? I know we got a few politics. I mean, sometimes I can get so sick. That little 8-year-old video that I saw yesterday, it gets me sick. And I mean, like, sometimes you can want to reconsider a decision to be on the radio because it's almost like, why we have been bringing such a bad news? We don't get anything positive in the country. Every day is something else. You're looking at somebody burning an 8-year-old child because they ate a piece of cookies and you're going to inflict a lifetime damage on her. Like, I don't know. Another day you see another lady pawning her phone just to go and sell a box of sausages. I mean, it's so sad. That's where we are.
Yeah, that issue about that lady burning that lady, yeah, I saw on you posted it. You know, this thing happening, I don't really know. People will go in the interior, tell their sisters, their brother, oh yeah, I will take your child to Monrovia. I will make sure they will go to school. You know, the children plenty on you. Let me carry the one that my own son, yeah, that my own daughter, yeah. This is how this thing can start. And when they carry these children, they turn them into marketeers for them. Sometimes their own children will be going to school while their nephew, their cousin that they brought from up interior, they are there going to be selling plastic bags, selling cool water. And sometimes they're putting some kind of buy school where their children then they're going to maybe private school or good school. These are things that have been happening. And we expect to see this thing happening. And to go and burn somebody's hand just because of a piece of cookie and thing. That reminds me of my grandfather. During the war, he did the same thing to his daughter. And the rebel carried him there for a month. That small beating every day they used to beat him. But his own daughter, he burned her hand just because she went and took a banana. Say why she took banana without telling him. She stole. That's a criminal act. I don't know why some people.
Yeah, but I want you to show that little girl photo. I think I pulled in your inbox yesterday. You played too much with the whole screen, I think, because at a certain point you were pausing the screen. Like what I said, you hitting some function that keep fluctuating with the screen. But anyway,
I think when they move on the screen, I can see us on the screen.
Yeah, we appear on the screen. I think he's still working on it in the background. I can see it from here. So,
but can the people hear us, Melbourne?
Yeah, they are getting us loud and clear according to the feedback we got from the listeners earlier.
When I'm Melbourne, you want to take you to Supreme Court to where problem? Why you pour behind the wall?
Check out what's up.
They call it Messiah alone. The man only one chance.
What's going on? When bro on the show, man, why you hiding your friend and face? Only your face also you.
No, hey, I don't even know. But anyway, I'm still checking to know exactly what's going on. Like I said, maybe there are some thing happening, but I'm not sure along the month. More interesting.
Man, clicking body on our software, he just flipping the screen.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what's going on here, man.
Well, nothing much with chairman. Sorry, though. I don't know what kind of thing happening, but okay, you see myself.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because something is.
Hold on 1 second. Wait now.
Yeah, you guys got control.
Okay.
Now let me right there.
Yeah, I think you're adding races with this function. Y'all gotta give me administrative privilege too.
Yeah, man, because sometimes you gotta do, man.
You get administrative privilege. Don't worry, very soon. You know, we've been looking at you there, sitting chairman position here. You get it. You've been behaving inside.
They made like with different things today.
Well, first, it's good to be back since on Tuesday. But Mark, you started with the lady. Let me check for that video, or maybe better say yes. Indeed, that thing when I saw it myself, it's not the first, nearly the second, nearly it will not be the last. This thing always happen. I don't know why most of our parents, especially the mothers, they always choosing to go that route. I'll go ahead, Monk and Steve and other brother.
Steve, go ahead.
Well, folks, it's good to be back on the show. Let's share the show. Today we have some important things to talk about. Let's share the show. We get some tomorrow. Today we'll talk some PP politics. Saturday, by the grace of God, we'll tell you what the Unity Party plan is, what they are doing. You hear them talking about president. You hear them talking about presidential audit. There's a plan behind it. We'll talk about it. But in the meantime, today we want to confirm one or two things. We told you on the show as part of the social aspect that when women ask for money for sex, that prostitution, whether you're in a relationship or not, when women start asking you for money, that prostitution, you say that lie. They won't play our video. Let them hear it from another woman. So that prostitution you're being engaged into. When we say that thing, you'll get very but we are here to say the truth. You stop asking men for money, and then your part. They show, remember the show looking like it will be super hard today because the program getting the feeling. Stop asking men for money, now your part. When you take money from men for men to sleep with you, that prostitution. I stand by that. I'm not going to change the definition because I made a definition of prostitution. So I'll leave it there with you. Maybe Mom, I know Mom, what you say. I know what you say to you.
I didn't see the video. You sent the video to me earlier. But
my man, maybe put a video. Why you scared of? You want to go Supreme Court? We'll get you lawyer.
Maybe I'm trying to get in the screen, I guess.
Yeah, but folks, let's share the show now.
Yeah, we have about 600.
Yeah, let's share the show. You can be on the show.
Maybe I'm struggling to get that video. But maybe I'm playing on highlight. I told you about it, but they got to miss alone. What's going on, maybe? I ain't hearing you. I think you mute yourself.
I'll say again, as a woman, if you ask a man for money in order to sleep with him, you are exhibiting prostitution. You won't get there, you'll get there. That's the truth. Me, I don't have the truth. The truth is the truth. Y'all want to take it personal, take it personal. It is what it is. But I just the fact. And I mean the definition. Go read it. I'm not concerned about that. I'm picky here. Y'all come in, also need y'all can make our brother to die before that time. So they are passing around on funny level. But no more thing going on now. I mean, you got to see what many people waiting for you, just saying and they're smiling all day like
put me financially. You are a prostitute if you do that. If you're using sex as an excuse to then exchange for money, you are a prostitute. But if you have things going on for yourself and you have the means to financially build a man up to support you, then you're potential wifey material.
So your hair, how much?
$570 US.
For this hair?
Yeah.
Camera can close and grab the hair. What's the name of the hair?
The hair itself,
Yeah.
it's called Dinel.
Yeah. I love to keep it. Don't let me, I say don't let me. Can't understand myself, that don't let me. Please, mobile and follow me. Don't you probably blow you to inch lately. So now also bounce, but we stay here. We not me, we not working here. So now also bounce, but we stay here. We not me, we not working here. But what's the
Okay, what's good, everybody? About I've been to back again. Richard, the Vanilla Social House here with his beautiful lady. 360 for the camera, and I'm looking. Not looking at all. What's your name?
My name is Anais Brooks. I'm Liberian.
All right.
Proud Liberian, but I live in the UK.
In the UK.
Yeah.
I want you to give me your British accent.
You want a British accent, darling?
Yeah.
No problem.
A girl who is not working, do you think she deserves a boyfriend?
No, I feel like when coming to a relationship, both parties has to be compatible, and if you require finances from a man, you also have to have your finances for yourself. I don't think it's fair that women requires men to provide for them when they don't have the means to provide for themselves. Yeah.
But he should get in and say, "But I love him to him, and he's sleeping with me, so he got to give me money." Is that fair?
Okay, sex is a benefit for both parties. You have sex with him, you get pleasure. He has sex with you, you get pleasure. So we're not using sex as an excuse to feel like a man has to support you, because then you become a prostitute. If you want to provide.
Also, wait. So if a woman be entitled after a man have an affair with her to give her money, that she become a prostitute, right?
Yeah, it's prostitution. I don't care how, I might get bashed for this, but I don't care how much you think a man has to be responsible for you financially. If you're using sex as an excuse to then exchange for money, you are a prostitute. But if you have things going on for yourself, and you have the means to financially build a man.
Thank you. Folks, we told you the argument will make sense. Look, as time goes by, the conversation will make sense. And last week we told you about the church business, and they 1-2 days. The former president, Ellen King, told you, you're going to be making noise in the community. That's true. Today, we're having another conversation again. Some of these social conversations will not make sense to you, but down the line, will be vindicated every time we come on this show. No, but go ahead.
Well, I will partially agree with her, and she makes sense. The thing is, you got to look at, like I said, every situation in Africa is mostly economical before you can look at other aspects of life. Don't forget, she's from the UK, and in the Western world, we practice independence. We talk about having job and the source and the means of income. That's why when you come to this country, you barely see a little girl loving to an older man. Why? Because even a 15-year-old, when they're coming from high school or just before they graduate, they can go and get their own McDonald's job and start just to get that little clue of a responsibility. So you will usually see in the US here and other Western countries, people married to their high school sweetheart. LeBron James is one typical example. He's a billionaire now. But his wife is his high school girlfriend. In the case of Africa, it's a whole different thing. We got less opportunity. So men are seen as provider because we don't have too many opportunities. In Africa, men are given privileges when it comes to job and other things. So women will see men as a source of provider. Or they will see them as a source of providing and their needs. But when you weaponize, that's the caveat she said over there, and that's the whole idea. When you weaponize sex in exchange for money, then it becomes prostitution. So she's smart. She knew what she was saying. It's because she understood what she said. Oh, let me speak my British accent. And when you look at a woman, that hair costs $570. The per capita income for the whole of Liberia is $670. Why do you think she would want to afford such an expensive hair? Because she's from the UK. She have access to money. She have access to job. But like she said, if you're going to weaponize sex in exchange for money, then it becomes prostitution. That's why I agree with her 1,000%, not even 100%. And that's the whole crux of the argument right there. The weaponization of sex or sleeping with multiple men in exchange for money. Because it's one thing when you have your boyfriend or your husband and you expect him to give you money, that's a different thing. But exactly. When you weaponizing them and using other people with multiple clients, then the whole Colombo become a commercial game. That gets why.
But more, I beg you, before we go to Mr. Masale, when you use the word weapon now, what you mean now? Because some of our men, they pushing wheelbarrow, they going through the punishment. What do you mean weaponize now? Because
when you weaponize the Colombo, then you mean you almost like you're marketing indirect, but you want to claim that you have a boyfriend. Say like your partner wants you, and you say no, you cannot do it until he can meet certain demand. That's what we call weaponization. Like you deliberately starve a man of sex, then you are weaponizing your body because you want something in exchange. So prostitution, it doesn't mean that you got to go and stay on the street or some corner to solicit men. If you are weaponizing it against your own boyfriend in exchange for some kind of material or monetary gain, then it becomes prostitution. So that's where the monetization come in. You know you want to have your boyfriend say, then you're giving him excuses because you want to put him on a certain condition that if he cannot meet your demand, then he cannot get your body, then that's prostitution also.
So are you saying the same thing applies to, you got to pay for them to do the hair, do the nails before they can't sleep with you? That included and not restricted physical cash, right?
Well, in that restricted physical cash, that's why I keep telling men, I say when you get into a relationship, it cannot only be about sex. Don't forget when it comes to relationship, women are smarter than men. They can think 3, 4, 5 times before they can even make a decision. So if you are only going after a woman because you think you want sex, then more than definitely she will weaponize her body in exchange, because if your whole intent, you have no intention of being with her long term, all you want is just sex. That's why I keep telling folks, when you say you are married and there is problem or there are problems in the relationship, there are so many things that will lead to that, Steve. You know that. Okay, you saw certain red flag that you ignored. The reason you ignored this red flag because you were so consumed by sex. That's why most men, when they say we're carrying a girl on a date, I'm like, no, the whole concept of date is to get to know somebody, to know something deep about them. But your definition of how they call it, a date or dating or courtship these days, you want to take a girl to a restaurant only with the sole intent of getting in your drawers. That's it. So when women recognize that you only want something, their body, then they might as well weaponize it if they can get money out of you. That's where it is. So it's a tricky situation, but like I said, if a woman weaponizes her body in exchange for material or financial gain, then it's prostitution. You don't have to be in the street, literally. That's why.
Mr. Masale, what you say? What? These are serious issues.
That's a more has said it all, because these days some of our sisters, they are into that. When you tell the person, oh yes, or I want you to come over to see me, I even plan my hair, this and that, and what they want you to do now, the hair, I can't come to your place with the kind of hair on my head. That money they want, and this is something I don't understand. You and I, we are together, and they didn't tell you, say, oh yes, that hair you plant, I like it, or I want to see your hair like this before you come to my house. You coming to me. So what the essence to say, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that before you come to me? Did I complain that before you come to my house, you should ply hair? But these are things they will want to do to take money from you. And they have some people, even as married couples, sometimes their men have to give them money at night before they have something to do. And why you do that, even in the marriage, that's prostitution right there, because you and your husband, both of you are married, and whenever you need one another, you're supposed to satisfy one another. But these people, or some of them think like, or sex, only the men enjoy everything, or men are the one that actually like sex, for them they don't like it, so you have to pay before you do it. And when you ask your husband to give you money, hey, don't touch me, before you touch me, I want that dress, you have to buy it, or I want this other thing, I need the money for it. And sometimes the man, he really want to do something. At the end of the day, okay, yes, where your mobile money number, where your cash out, where your Zelle, and then they say you money right down there. You have yes, then that prostitution right there in marriage is that. And this is why sometimes I say other people, you just look at people that are in the street there, those hookups and things, you say, oh, they are prostitute. Sometimes in some home, not everybody go in the street there, but some of the things they do in their marriages, that's prostitution.
Oh, yes.
That is it. If you will look at your man because you want certain handbag, you want certain shoes, sneaker, hair, or whatsoever, and you tell him, say, oh, you don't want to give me money. I told you that the last time I wanted that bag, they said that you're not touching me. Hey, I need money for that thing, I need it. And then you say, okay, like the money before you allow him to touch you. That prostitution right there. So
yes, so let me join all of you, and even though the chairman already out, but let me join you people and say yes. Everything people are saying, that's just a fact, and these are happening of the day. These are things that are happening in our society. But you know, all of these things come back to where the society think that men are responsible, because Mark, Steve, and the other brother are the reason why I think these things are happening, especially in Africa, or better state in Liberia, is because the perception that men are responsible to provide 100% in a home. That men are responsible to do every other thing that you think about. So our women, our mothers, our sisters, they grew up with this kind of perception that yes, and Monjo talk about the economy. So the women now, they have the perception that when you met, as soon as you say hello to them, they see you already now as a money-making tree, or maybe the way for them to get money. So I don't get them money, that business. And so I don't not giving them money, no need for them to give that money to you. And that's just a fact.
Exactly.
That's the kind of society that we live in today. That if you don't get money, they are bad enough for you. They see you as very cheap. They call you cheap man. Can you imagine?
Say a deacon. Don't say a deacon.
But these are facts. And these things, even there are a lot of men who are also trying all of their best to even take care of their homes, their children in a home. But that woman who said they were not doing nothing. But to men, the men are doing nothing. The men can plow hair. Can you imagine? They taking care of the children, taking care of the home, doing everything, but you are still complaining that the men are facing your nails. So all they think bow down to for me, it is the society, because the society make it look like our women should only sleep, they shouldn't do nothing, and let's give them money and let's make them to look any kind of way they want to look. So for me, I think that's my own observation with the way our women behave. They feel that as soon as you say hi to them as a man, that means right away just get ready to give them money. Even to the extent that they will tell you that means we'll get you money. Just imagine. And this is the thing about our women always say, that means we'll get money. So that means it is upon us, the men, to always give them money. So
well, let me say this. It's even better. It's even good. It has a very good, strong image of a good relationship when both parties are able to afford and take care of themselves. Let me say again. Most of the relationships that break up, that money can be the cause.
Financial marriages, financial problem.
Financial problem. You know, and that's why last week when some of us said the issue of marriage, that not spiritual thing, people started getting vexed. Marriage is not spiritual. No, it's not. It's not. Relationships, you know, even when we meet, some of us meet couples. Let me tell you the truth. The underlying problem, that money. Money is a huge problem.
But Chairman, do you think what the reason that our sisters or our mothers can call the pastor daddy? Think about that. For what reason? It's because of the money.
So
the daddy has the money.
So, folks, you know, these are conversations that we need to have in the public, not batching any group of people, but we need to get to the point wherein we'll understand the roles of certain things in a relationship. There are some things that have roles, such as money. Money plays a huge role in a relationship, and you cannot play with it. I'm yet to see when people go for counseling or whatever it is to their pastors, they don't discuss money. That's spiritual issue they can be talking about. They might pray for the man to not cheat. They might pray for the other person to not be like that. They might pray. Who told you that didn't work? It don't work. It don't work. Let me say it to you today. Start fasting and pray and speaking in tongues. That crap does not work. You need to get serious. Secondly, to our sisters, You want to add value to yourself? You want to add real value to yourself? You don't want to be asked what you bring to the table? You want to be that independent? Why I can hear some of you saying, oh, I'm independent woman. Independent woman, independent this or whatever. You want to be independent? Be able to take care of yourself. Do you know that men can respect you more and consider you more when you are able to take care of yourself financially? That person feel that you're responsible and men can depend on you and trust you. Do you know that? Let me tell you that today. Men can get sexual activities from anywhere. But one of the things we can get are to find responsible, mature woman. It's hard. Because when you say hello to the other person, they want for you to, how you are doing your hair before you got to know me? How you are paying your phone bill before you got to know me? But apart from that, do you guys know the stress that I can pose on men? Do you know that? And some of these things when we're talking, you'll get vexed, you'll take it personal. You think people are attacking women or whatever it is. Look, step your game up. Add some value to your game. Be a big girl. Take care of yourself. Why are you making it look like you're selling something? Because when you start adding more money, before you know that means you're selling something. Oh, yes. Say what you want to say. Look at it the way you want to look at it, but that's a fact. And you can't make yourself that cheap. No, you cannot afford to do that. So, some of these conversations we have it in passing before we get to the unless you want to ask something.
Yeah, I wanted to ask something. Maybe you want to say something, then go ahead because you said I heard you saying so quickly.
Yes. So let me just say something more. Then you will close off maybe with the social issue. So like what Steve just said about like he said, that's why some of us were into that entire business. We don't used to face women hair, do all that thing, it's time for B-Day and so forth. What I usually used to do was I would get my money. In fact, I go down with us, but then like you just said down with us, I sell for the entire day for the season I have. Plus almost $10,000 for me just for the day. And I know that I will go to the entertainment area and relax. And after I finish plaiting the hair, and finish doing everything, maybe you not get money now to get to the girl to go out. But she forced herself to go out. So I will go there and relax. And I know she will come close to me. So, and these things are terrible, Mom, that people with, like for example, your husband is working or maybe that man working. Today, they dismiss the man or the man lose a job. Today, the family look bad and terrible and hungry just because the men are not doing anything anymore. So, Mom, these kind of discussions, they are good. I think maybe sometimes we'll just take maybe one of the days because these things are necessary for our people to know and to understand. There are a lot of families that are going through here, Mom, especially the men. The men lose a job today, the family get broke and hungry the same day because the entire job we're doing here, like from hand to mouth, and you are not making any impact as woman or wife. Every little earning you have is how to shopping, how to go out there to buy. You want to buy. But go ahead, my brother. I'm going to just stop there.
Well, for me, I got a different approach in life. When people do something, I like to understand the reason, the intent. Like I said, intent is everything. When you can understand the reason why people do things, then you will know what their action behind the action. And you can blame women too. As human, it's very hard for all to erase tradition. Send the foundation of this world. Even from Bible, if you believe in the Bible or any other religious text, men were given certain responsibility. But time has changed. That's why the great scientists say life is about adaptability. If you've been telling people for more than 5,000 years that men are the provider, why make you think, how do we expect them to act, even in the midst of having money? Because that's what we were being taught. From our great-great-grandparent, our parent to recent time, everything's supposed to be a man's responsibility when it comes to financial security for a woman or for the family. It's supposed to be a man, right? Because back in the day, men used to go and hunt. The strongest men would bring the biggest meat to the house for food. Then it went to farming and agriculture. Women don't farm. I mean, when it comes to the physical aspect of the job, when it comes to farming in terms of a survival, it was mostly men. So from generation after generation, we created this picture that men are provider. You seen it? The problem now is we live in a different dispensation. The reason women are working now, look, if women had the opportunity to pick and choose between work, 90% of them would choose not to work. The only reason...
95% more.
Yeah, 98%. Yeah, If women had the opportunity to pick between work and staying home, they would choose staying home because it's not part of their nature. The reason you see women working today because of the economic pressure that a man alone cannot provide for an entire family, no matter what kind of job he will end up engaging himself in. The income alone, because you got higher prices, you got inflation, you got more demand for material things. So at the end of the day, even if the man will be the provider, he won't be able to cover all the financial responsibility of the family. That's why you see women working today. Because you look at most of the men, their income can't even cover the basic rent for the month, including buying food, children.
And let me say this more. Let me say that yes, most of them who are also working more on a very serious note, they are good. The good one, because there are some women though, if it's just that maybe they are not in the numbers, who understand that no, men too are human. We cannot treat them in this form and manner and think that it's just normal life. Because if we do, then men too will die. And that's why we die younger. That's why we die sooner than them, because the stress, the tension we carry, it's just simple. How come when a lady come from overseas, she come here more, she go to get men?
Because she come with something, people want something.
I told one guy, I said that to one of my sisters. I said, let me tell you the reason why some of you here continue to go from church to church, where you wasting your own time. Go look for money, go look for a job. Well, yes, at all. I said, because it's very simple. If a lady come from overseas, she come here. In less than a minute, if I'm more than 10 men will be lining up.
Yep. That's why I say everything comes to the economy and jobs. Men, it's not even common for men to be chasing after women because of what a woman has, right? But in an economic situation, more especially in Africa, and that's one of the pressures, like I said, social media will destroy the war more than it will help the war. Remember, the reason this thing never happened during the time of old, because our people were not exposed to this thing. Our aunts, our mom, our grandma. But now, take for example, if you're a young woman, right? You see that girl, she wearing her hair that costs $570 US. Now, another young woman in La Brosa living in France, says she believes she can afford that hair. Even though her husband or her boyfriend, her more income is not even half of the cost of that hair. But she will want to put pressure on that man to go and deliver because someone is on social media flirting with a $570 hair. So she believes in order to meet that particular condition or to be in that particular social status, her boyfriend need to buy her hair that worth $570. And at the end of the day, she come to put that unnecessary pressure on you that won't take you guys anywhere. But that's where we find ourselves. We live in the social media generation. How they call it? Augmented reality. Everybody want to act like the rich. But the reality is, man, you got to work hand in hand with that woman. You got to prop up the man in most instances. You got to find a source of income so at least you can take the pressure off the men. And more men will keep dying early because as the demand for material things increases because of social media and consumerization, you can expect more people and more demand. And all I can say to most men out there, you will be dying pretty soon. And there will be many who will bunch upon you for a very long time because I know women, when they want things from you and you cannot provide 1 time, 2 times, my brother, you won't come home and have happy hour. You can kiss that
man, the people go already. They go already, my brother.
Don't get in Colombo.
But I think one of our sisters, I don't know, one of the put the a woman, Billy Tier, ask him. And so, yeah, men can be pimp. I just said that not too long. The reason why you think most of the women that when they come down here, they have more than 10 or 15 men lining up for them is because men too want survival. The one just said, we men we want to live happy life. Everybody want to be happy. Everybody want to be happy and live a better life because of life situation. So you always see men who are pimp, men who living with women. That's not a normal thing. You always happening. But I think go ahead.
Yeah, we had some men like that, and that's being very irresponsible because you and I know, like, while everybody know that men should be responsible for women, and I will always say that this thing can happen sometimes. If you get a woman, I can always say that to our brothers who are back home and anywhere you find yourself. If you get a girl that is helping you with 1 or 2 cents, try to be a productive man. If you're in Liberia, you don't have no job to do, no government job, no private sector job, you're just there and you came across a girl and she's sending you some money, try and tell her, oh yeah, babe, let's open this kind of business, let's do this, let's do this. Show to her that you are somehow productive, but just that you never had a means. So that I can be able to help you with money. You be doing something that you're able to get stuff for yourself. Even sometimes when she's in need my family over there, my grandmother say, my sister, my brother, and when I just pay my bills, I pay my rent, I left with no money. You able to reach out to her, oh yeah, don't worry, babe, I will take care of that there. Because why? You doing something like that, she's going to value, she's going to respect you. She will know that, oh yes, you were just sitting because why? You never had the resources. You are a productive man. But some of our brothers, they are jealous, some of our sisters. Because you get men overseas helping you with 1 or 2 cents, every night they want to go to, and I can get here the club, then you know that the Calabar, what kind of bad, they get a transfer hacking because they get women in America happy them, or because they get men in America happy them. That is not good. As a man, you should be proud of yourself. So if you see a girl that is helping you, even in Liberia, they get women that are helping some guys them, but they will not make themselves to be responsible and productive because they get is working, giving them 1 or 2 cents. They just want to get a transfer hacking whole day, passing from Nipple Street, Broad Street, and doing nothing. That's a pimp life. You don't do that. So if you come across a girl that is helping you, tell her, make her to understand how productive you are. It was just because you don't have the means. So even tomorrow when she want to talk down on you, oh yeah, this and that, at least she make you to be productive, and you too, you were there helping her one way or the other. So that is just it. You see,
And you're saying something. You're saying something. Something that is so important, Brother Aliu. You know, and these are kind of opportunities. These are kind of things that sometimes people abuse. Yes, indeed. Sometimes we abuse the kind of opportunities, especially the kind of thing. Like people will come in your life, maybe for a very short period of time, but they come in your life with good heart, maybe with kind of a resources. Instead of you now thinking how to multiply the resources, you now see yourself like, I will use this person. The person coming for their money, and you all up and down in the clubs.
Yes.
Up and down to red light market, you shopping, you are big boy or you big girl, you know, and this is happening. You're right. That how we look. Yeah, you go up and down and rent apartments, especially the kind of 250 apartments. I don't know what you want to prove.
But you guys are asking the major question in this thing. That's why I say on this show, anything societal wise, it comes down to job and opportunity. Because in the absence of job, it will force you to compromise on some of your principles because you got to survive as a human being, right? If men were spending on women consistently, society expect them for it to be their daily responsibility, right? That's just why it is. Whether the woman is managing the money or she leveraging the people believe that men should take care of women. That's what we've been taught for the past 5,000 years. It's not going to change. If you were to flip the script, the moment a man start depending on a woman, how are they going to tell me? He's useless. He's a pimp. He's a jerk. Because naturally, it's not traditional for men to depend on women. And in most instances, if a woman will pamper a man, more than likely he will go and find another woman. Because he knows deep down in his mind that it's not even the right thing to do. So he's only trying to survive because he knows that, yeah, this guy is getting me money. But the thing is, there are instances where a woman could help you out in order for you to elevate yourself too and be productive with whatsoever she will give you. But the idea that you'll be living off of her and depending on her for everything, then it becomes a curse on you too. And like I said, more often, let me tell you something what men would think. Men think different from women. If you get a girl right now, by the time you come from work, she give you food. She put money in your pocket in the weekend. She go to the boutique. She buy you a couple of t-shirt and trousers. You know what you do next? You go and cheat on her. You know why you're cheating on her? Because in your mind, you believe you should be doing that. So if a woman will do that, then it means she's desperate. You will value her less. Because she's on you. You won't say, oh, my girlfriend, I don't have a job. She's trying to do everything for me. Because how you are programmed from the day you were born that you should take care of a woman. So when a woman takes care of you, it means that she's desperate. She left over. So for that reason, you want to go and find another woman who you think will be in your class. Whereby you even get a day job. So that's just how men think. So some of these things, like I said, we can look at it. We can look at the few instances. We look at it from the outlier or the vast majority. So I don't think it's a good thing for men to depend on a woman. But in this modern dispensation, there are times wherein women can be in better position. Maybe they get a better job, they got better income, and they should be in the position to help their men. But the whole idea that, or men should just depend on women for livelihood. No, then that's uselessness. In society, we're not even respect you for that. Matter of fact, you are more likely to cheat on that woman that keeps spending on you because you think she left over, she desperate, she haven't seen men before, so you will go and look for someone out there. That's just how it is. Everything comes to programming, mental programming. That's just
yeah, we're making you, man. That's for the pro market, and that's just the fun, man. But by the way, let's go for the news break, Monk. I don't know where you go on, or you want me to have something played before we come back for the bulletin on news, maybe for the news break.
I don't know what you got. Just play anything you got for now until the next 15 minutes.
All right, but you knew everything. Thank you, my brother. Let's go for this break, and we'll be right back.
But if you see the injured player, it's like I've never been injured before. But the injury that I get, because some people are soft in their mind, they never come back. They never come back. But I'm a resilient person, very strong in my own mind, and nothing can discourage me, neither break me down. Because I've seen it, I've had the test of time. But what I want to say, to leave this altar, do not swear yourself for me. Everybody that say that he can't be this, he can't be that, if it happens, let me die. No people die. Don't be them. Please don't be them. Be positive. Some people swear, if Joey had become this, let me die. No people gone. It shouldn't be you. Be objective, be positive, and be able to hold a conversation. What's going on in our country, politics, you got to understand it. You got to sit with even your opponents. Understand it. If you can convince him to believe in you, you can convince that person. Fighting is not the best thing to do. Insults is not the best thing to do. And that's why you see, when Jesus, every time they attack Jesus, he explained to that person who he is and what he's doing. We are all one family. I got aunties from Lofa County. I got uncles from Grand Gile. I got sisters from Maryland, Southtown, Grand Bassett. My family big. And I show all of you, you can see that we are one family in a small country. So we got to treat each other good. The politics, remember when we decided that the politics would divide us? Who can tell me what happened? What happened? War, right? War. And where we went to refugee camps. And everybody that tested that camp, do we want to go back there? No. Because the camp will take away your dignity, your respect, your love for people. So let us be one family. I'll tell you something funny happened the other day. A little girl tested me. Oh, my school fee not paid. I said, okay, what can I do? Oh, our daddy, you know, the school fee. I said, okay, what can I do? I said, okay, send me all your CDC, send me all your CDC hat and t-shirt. It took her 3 days to send it to me. She can send it. Then I took a picture and sent it to a friend. I said, the person is your friend, check. Who are they? I saw a picture, she all a Unity partisan. In the street. So I sent it to her. I said, are you there? She said, oh daddy, yeah, you know, that time where, but please forgive me for God's sake. So we'll do a lot of things for God's sake. Whether you're a Unity partisan or you're a sedition. That's why in our government, we all work together. I said something on the Facebook. One official of government, I sent a message to him. I said, you don't need to speak like that. Because when you are in opposition, remember you're asking for food, you're asking for food, you're asking for everything. So when the children are calling you, do the same. And you say, oh, Papa, sorry. So we are one people. I could come here and run into your kitchen. Food there, at Joshua, you can be a United Partisan, but give me food because we are human beings. Let us not hate each other here for colors or what we believe. The first thing we should believe that we are all human beings and we are family. So Bishop, I want to thank you for inviting me. I want to say this because a lot of people say, oh, you need to talk, you need to talk. No. I don't need to say anything. You know what happened, you know the actions, and you will judge. God for all of us.
I regret the such with okay. So that I give him my word. Because the court, I've never given mandate before that I disobeyed. So I told the court that the court must forgive me. Moving forward, I'll put a mic on one side.
Do you think you still be relevant? Why is
They're already relevant.
Okay. Yeah, because there's one project of fame. This is why you famous. How suddenly are you going to change because you have been brought to the
I already gave him my word to the Chief Justice. I'm a man of the law.
Are you in front of jail? Evidence.
Give me jail.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Are you in front of evidence?
Go ahead. I'm here for him to talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prophet So
I've already given my word to the Honorable Supreme Court that moving forward, I will change my strategy. I will not cause my call again.
So if you are afraid to go to jail,
and you decide to go contrary thinking that your money was and you were remanded. That signifies that you are, more of somebody who is in that, that effective. How this one are you going to change?
I'm not usually here now. Say, so, I want to have my mouth.
Yes. For how many days? How many days? No, it can be determined by the Supreme Court, not me. So this is telling you that you will set punishment. And you heard what the lawyer said. The lawyer said, and you're wrong. But he said he made a you look at my view. So there was no appeal, right? No. So why in case tomorrow we see different things? You were no appeal. So meaning you are not making statement, and you are like, if when the judge, when the justice asking that question, I didn't say I'm begging, you have to forgive me, all of those things. If you come and say, oh, for the you just say when a lawyer talk, you come and say, oh my God, I'm begging you. Okay, so now you talk about he burying that. What? Horrible moment. He read basically the Supreme Court. We say tomorrow is a ruling. Tomorrow is the probably 11 o'clock. After the ruling, yes. So you say you talk about Joe he bearing the punishment. Why in case it goes contrary tomorrow? I say the ruling. Why in case it goes notice? The other case, the man lawyer said the man is guilty. So what could be a charge? What could be the offense? I mean, yeah, that you not prosecute. Yes, sir. So you will not prosecute, right? Yes, sir. Some say a properly appeal that you guys definitely do. The teacher say online or he conduct. The teacher say online or he conduct. Don't be right. Your wish is that you go to jail. Punishment for teacher. No fun. So what now? Are you speaking as a judge? Let ask you. Oh, yes.
Zanzan Kawa, who has been very sick, and we received a call from a clinic where he's currently being held or being treated. He was taken to the GFK Medical Center sometime last year, November. And then he was admitted and was diagnosed with diabetes. I called into the medical report from the GFK. And then at some point in time, the sickness, his illness became severe, which led to complications. Again, I'm quoting what is said to be a report coming from doctors at the Joint Canadian Medical Center. So they amputated the leg, and then afterwards he was discharged. But when he was discharged, he was in a very much terrible condition. The situation was so bad that a good Samaritan decided if he is sent home, he may most likely not make it. In fact, JFK has said that he had short time to live, and he was discharged without prescription drugs. He still have air source all over the body, and so a good Samaritan healthcare worker told the family to bring him to a clinic because of the severity, the deplorable condition of that he was undergoing at the time. So that's how he ended up here, and he's still very sick, but it is by far better compared to when he was at the Joint Canadian Medical Center, where they gave him up for death after amputating his leg without sufficient medical care. So we are here because we were called by the clinic where he's been treated, that he is receiving, nobody is coming to see him. He's been abandoned completely by everybody, and they thought that we should come in here because there are no prescription drugs, there's no food in the clinic, etc., etc. So we will now turn to Chief Zaza Kawa so that he can narrate what he has been going through, what he went through from JFK, what led to him coming to the clinic, and then we will take it from there. We are moved, we don't care about the politics, we care about human life. This is a statesman that was once highly respected, that was once highly esteemed. I don't care about the politics of it. And today he's abandoned in a clinic where he continues to struggle with his health. So we thought it was important to lay this to the public. So
later on, earlier this afternoon rather, at the Supreme Court. So we see. Remember, don't stop us. No, oh, stop it, don't stop. No, don't stop. So you're not going to put us on the phone. You're not going to send us back. Remember the court is listening. I never said witchcraft manipulation. Okay, what influenced your action? If you're regretting now, what influenced your action? Because I was frustrated. What got you frustrated? I was frustrated. Like people reached out to me, keep crying. Frustration, emotion, maybe to isolate. All right, so you think it was misbehavior? You are admitting I misbehavior. So moving forward, how are you going to advocate moving forward? What's going to achieve? How are you going to advocate because the people it's out here? How are you going to advocate? Speaking to journalists? No, but there are many words. So you're still using the same words or what? No, now I'm going to be among the words then now. Okay. So you're using the clear words. Oh, you the clear words. You're still the clear words. Brother, you are here for insulting. You are here for insulting women. Why you chose to come alongside your wife? Why you chose to come alongside your wife? I'm alongside your wife. I'm a wife. So, brother, she's a woman. She's a woman. You playing something women. Why are you appealing to the judge? Why are you appealing to the judge? Why did he appeal? You expressed so many so why did he appeal? So, Brother King, you don't have no way of appealing your power without insulting? What? You don't have no other means of appealing your power without insulting? What the outcome of the case? Brother, when you hear what what's the outcome of the case, sir? Coming tomorrow. The case. Okay. But what are you appealing? Just go ahead. What are you appealing? Brother, just brief us. Yeah, what are you appealing? Everybody's yeah, go ahead. We're asking, give the outcome. Yes. Yeah, just give the outcome of the case. Everybody listen. How was it to be? First thing first, the case, I went and I regret insulting the Chief Justice. Okay. So, and I gave him my word. Because the court had never given me mandate before that I disobeyed. So I told the court that the court will forgive me. Moving forward, I'll put the man cause one side. What about the allegation?
Well, there you have it.
Maybe check your inbox real quick. 1 second, check your inbox, your messenger.
Okay, let me see. But we'll be back after the news break. You listening to the most talk about prophet moving forward. He will put the man cause one side. I don't know how that's going to work. And that's what brought him to prominence. But again, people are saying maybe 99 days, maybe for rogue and maybe your behavior, and it's good to change. Maybe the prophet has finally changed. But what say you, my brother?
For me, I don't want to elaborate on that issue. I just think I told you guys yesterday, no matter the outcome of that case, Prophet Key is the winner. The idea that someone will ask Prophet Key, how will you remain relevant in the absence of man cause? It tells you that he shouldn't even be sitting in the Supreme Court. That's why I said the Supreme Court in a normal country, that Chief Justice will be facing an article of impeachment because it means he's less basic. He's nobody that should be taken seriously, including the entire bench. You got lower magistrate court, you got circuit courts in Liberia. Why would you want to bring Prophet Key before the Supreme Court in front of the full bench? Even if he insulted your mother, you are giving him national relevance. That's exactly what you are doing. You are elevating his status. That's why they generally ask, How will you be relevant in the absence of man court? That tells us even that we come to the Supreme Court. So if the petty journalist on the street can think about a Chief Justice, you know, but at the country we find ourselves, like I said, you have so many cases on the docket. You got people that are homeless. You got so many pressing issues, and you will take time in the nation to come bring Prophet Key. Look, before you do,
maybe more Teresa, maybe someone say maybe more we have to set some precedents. Maybe
precedent now. You can set precedent in lower court. How can you set precedent for a man who you consider to be a social media personality and a self-star prophet? Those were the words from the Supreme Court Chief Justice. A social media personality and a self-star prophet. I send him to a local court. I can still set precedent from the local court. The only reason he got mad, he just want to flex his muscle, like I said. He believed he is Chief Justice and he want to make Prophet Key like an example, but I don't think it's anything about freedom of speech. No, because even in the great America, in some presidents, I don't think it's nothing but charade. Like I said, he left business. I don't know how he became Chief Justice because when he understands priorities in the country, he won't even think about Prophet Key. Even if he want to show Prophet Key or he want to set an example, he will use a lower court. When you come before the Supreme Court is almost like the lender of last resort. What we talk about in finance, wherein when everything is filled, that's where you seek a redress. Why would you want to bring Prophet Key before the Supreme Court, the full bench of the Supreme Court? So Prophet Key is the winner. He's the champion. He gained more attention. He, at least for 2 days in the row, the whole country will focus on him. So it's a win-win for Prophet Key. Either way you look it up, he's the winner.
Well, Mark, maybe, but I just want to chip in quickly, then we transition back to our social discussion. Maybe that will take us for the day. Yes, indeed. Since we're already gone hour plus on our show here, we don't just want to delve into. So maybe on tomorrow, 100%, we will look into the Prophet Key Wahala and how bad that we think we can put our country back, maybe on the right way, you know. But Ali, you want to chip in on that quickly, then we'll move to the little child.
No, that Prophet Key, excuse me, that Prophet Key thing, Mom has set it up. Well, I have nothing to say.
Wonderful. So, Mark, here is the little girl who I think that in fact the incident happened, I think sometime, if not they gone Friday, maybe sometime this weekend, or maybe that weekend, rather last weekend. Yeah. So and that entered up to Monday that the little child video went on the internet, photos, and there are a lot of misreaction from the public about how she was mistreated. Some people are saying about her aunt, some people are saying about her stepmom, and so forth. And the issue of selling in the street, I think this video alone or this photo alone showed down to the government that all of the things that you said you were doing once upon a time, taking children from the street, I don't think maybe you are, or maybe the government has succeeded, because if this photos or this video was on the internet, then I think it's something. Yeah, 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks running. Okay, yeah, Mansini, thank you. Well, I think we saw that sometime last week. Yeah. So, Mark, what say you, my brother, will they kind of more immune treatment for our children who, you know, children are given by right. It's supposed to be loved. It's what we were taking care of. But they are the one providing for us. I don't know what kind of life that we are living. For me, every time when I see the kind of things, seeing children selling water, selling plastic bag, selling oil in the street, I'll be like, wow, what kind of society are we? But Mark, what say you, my brother?
These things are not new. These things are not new. I guess.
The video from Mark. Yeah. We are, please, I beg you. Yeah, let me just put the video.
You will not do nothing to you. Yeah. Don't cry. Don't cry.
You know, when I read the article, like I said yesterday, I don't know, it took me off guard, and it was my first time encountering that story. I got it from the front page Africa, and like I said, these things are not new. It gets that you're taken to a whole different level. That's why I keep saying, anywhere there are economic distress, life will not be normal in that society. You're talking about 8-year-old here. Actually, the mom passed, and this grandmom that she was living with, or that she's living with, it was the daughter that did this stuff to her, to this little girl, claiming that the little girl ate a piece of biscuit that belongs to her. I mean, it's typical for 8-year-old. Even I got a 9-year-old here, bro. He will be watching me even when I go upstairs. He will go and take something that I didn't even study. It's just typical at this age that things children would do normally. For heaven's sake, how do you take a brand plastic and lay that child finger and drop? You know, plastic is already chemical. Then you talk about putting fire on the way it can be popping, and you dropping on that little girl on all her fingers. Remember, think about that. And matter of fact, they will go and take the little girl from the hospital, according to the story, and then tell her to go and sell. So it was the neighbors and the people in the community that got concerned. So if the people in the community will get concerned in the present, and they want to piss me off about the whole story, the grandma who's supposed to be there to protect the little girl, she want to protect her own daughter, so that the little girl shouldn't tell anyone in the public. How will she not tell someone when she can barely hold the top? All her fingers are burned. So it means you are complicit in what you did or what your daughter did. So you got a co-conspirator. And I think this little girl is not the only child. I think they adopted two, even her brother. So if you would do that to the female, what do you think they are doing to that little boy? Maybe his story, we don't know anything about his story, but I know they are being abused every single day. If her daughter could inflict that kind of a lifetime pain, because at the end of the day, whether that soul get better, the scars will remain there forever. So think about what they are doing to the boy, not only the girl. Look at the fingers, man, they're all bruised. But anyway, that's Liberia for you. I don't know the role the government is playing, because the government, I think they detained the grandma, hoping that the daughter would turn herself in.
The government always on the defensive, my brother. But go ahead, brother Ali. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier today about this little girl, these are things that happen, and whenever people go into the interior, they will take people children. Oh yes, the children too much on you. This other child, I carry my niece to be with me. Let me send them to school, and they carry them. They start to use them in the street selling. And listening to what they are saying, I think the child parents already, they are not existing no more. They pass away.
Yeah, the man died during childbirth. I think that why
during childbirth. You the enter that supposed to give her that motherly care, that love and thing, that she will see you as a mother, because her mother died in childbirth, so she sees you as a mother, and you're treating her like this. And this, I think, I don't know what the gender ministry they are going to do about this, but that lady, she really need to be prosecuted for this, because this is not good. That child grew up, saw you like their mother, because her mother died in childbirth. Let somebody tell her the story. She know you to be her mother. From this to day now, she get to know that you are not her mother. I don't know why people are so cruel to this extent. Can you do this to your own child? If it was your daughter, like Mom just said, everyone we get children. Sometimes they want something, instead of them asking, they will just be watching. The moment you tell your buy this and that, boom, they go, they take it. This thing happen. The only thing we tell them, don't do it. It is not good. Whenever you need something, ask for it. You see, learn how to ask for things. Don't be taking things before you get used to it, you carry out there. That's all we can do. But for you to hack something and put it on that child's hand, this is, I don't really know. And I don't know where the entity is right now. I don't know where the child is. But this is not something that we're supposed to be seeing in this kind of modern age and time that we are living in now, for people to still be putting putting children here in fire, or because when they took a banana, they took a cookie or a candy, something. This is so sad.
Yes, and this is so sad, my brother. You know, I follow the entire story. I listen to you and Mark. You know, especially for those of us who are parents, who almost nearly we pass through the same thing. You know, whenever we see that's why when we come on the video, we talk about love for country, love for society. love for one another. Because at the end of the day, all of the politicians, what they will do, they'll continue to devour people. Now, with the issue, we have so many homes of such monk where the other children who are also staying with parents will want to rule the other children who are now maybe biological or quote unquote maybe children to their parents. Instead of the parents taking actions, they will sit back and allow the other child to be controlling the other child in the home. Again, government not working after anything. Because if government was working, my brother, even if you see their child with plastic bag, ask them, who are you staying with? Then we have so many, we have they say the police, we have all the police officers around up and down, passing around government, paying them. You see a little child setting at certain age, ask them, who are you staying with? Make sure that you know who they're staying with, whether they're staying with their biological parents or not. Then you will now try to take record and know, I think this child is not safe. Because if that child can come out in the market among people, that means the child is not safe. Well, our people, they don't care. The government don't care. The government have been looking for cases here and there. They don't. In fact, every time they'll be telling you that in fact they don't even have maybe that funding to even protect or maybe to take care of all the kind of maybe issues or the kind of cases. So at the end of the day, there are a lot of children out there today who maybe may likely die.
There are thousands of them, tens of thousands of them.
Thousands of them, my brother. They're struggling for any kind of behavior, struggling for any kind of habit, any kind of bad immune treatment from somebody who also struggling from poverty, want to use their nature to make money for them. I think the entire family should be punished. But again, all the things go back to we, even who are parents. Most of us parents, especially those ones that live up interior, look, if the child father, I think that the mother that passed off, where is the father?
Father left. Father is nowhere to be seen. That's why the grandma, the grandma, not even biological grandma. I think the late mother take this to be some elderly person and it's like she just had to come and adopt this children because there was nobody there for them. So even the grandma that is in possession of this little girl, she's not the biological grandma. Can you imagine? Yeah, you know. So technically for them, it was just an opportunity to bring two kids to come and abuse them in the city. So they took advantage. None of the man is there, and the father is nowhere to be seen. Maybe this. That's why I keep telling you. In order for society to operate, maybe everything comes down to the economy and job. Why do you think Oda will abandon his own children? Because he cannot even provide for them. That's the reason he will escape. It's economic issue. So you bring children from the interior, 8-year-olds that should be in school, and you're going to inflict the kind of a pain. I'm talking about burning plastic. Plastic, like I said, is already chemical. It's propylene. And you put fire on it. Why make you think when you put fire, they can use a plastic bag to light a coal when you're cooking in like bro? Because
terrible, my brother. Terrible.
Yeah.
And in fact, more we used to see this thing during the war time. This thing used to happen during the war because by then the rebels or whatsoever that were fighting war, but then they were cruel. They don't have any heart of love by then. But to live in this age and time, you see people treating people with plastic bag, with fire. Monk, I think
there's one. I think moving forward, we'll be doing our show on social issue on Thursday. We forget about the politics because there are a lot of social issues that even the listeners they always tell us to talk about these things, and they are becoming all too common in Liberia. So
it's a human interest. You're right, Mark. Sometimes
and the good thing,
we just talk about the human interest.
Yeah, and the good thing about this story. I don't want to bash the government on this, but I think they are taking some appropriate steps because they have referred this case to the Ministry of Justice. And I think the child is in the government custody because the Gender Ministry and the Social Protection Services, they are the one treating her, they're giving her psychological and emotional support while they are looking at some legal means against the government. That's good. I will give the government credit for that, and I hope they can bring the grandma and daughter to justice because this is inhumane. You can't even believe that someone would do this to an 80-year-old. I mean, it's so sad. I just hope maybe we can have the chance because, like I said, if they can
first time, Mark, I think this happened either last year or maybe year before last. Another incident like this of such happened. I think was there a boy or maybe we see maybe a little girl like this, again, the same thing happened. They had to burn all her fingers in the name of, I don't know, she stole plenty or what kind of.
Maybe on the first time, I can remember back in the day when Lobo came up with his show. Lobo Manza used to do that show. There was another little girl. That one they use pass scrubber. The wire pass scrubber, right?
Wow.
The dad said the little girl went and took $50 from the pocket and used the money for recess. So it means she was hungry. That's just common sense. If your child will go and eat a cookies, it means they got to be hungry. If a child will go into your wallet and take a $50 or $100, it means they want.
But Mark, do you also know that it's also in the Bible that even I made money if I'm hungry, I can go to your shop or your store or and see food and eat it? But you know, people don't read, they don't even care, they don't even know all of this. I don't come to food. They think it's food. The person not carrying any cash, they're not taking anything out of you. They're not taking nothing from you, but they want food to eat and survive. You don't.
And maybe let me end the story I was telling you, because when the little girl story, it brought back memories. When that little girl, I think says I can recall, when we saw that little girl picture on the internet, oh my God. They took that little girl to the hospital because they scraped the little girl's skin with the wire pass scrubber. The wire left in the skin and the soul was getting dry. To pull those wires from that little girl's skin, that little girl was crying. But look, my whole day spoiled. So I contacted Lobo. I said, Lobo, we got to find the little girl mom, because the child was living with the father. So we got in contact with the mom. We asked the mom, why were you telling the little girl to work? The woman said, my children, I'm going to say, we ain't even get food to eat. What do you think I would do with the children? I had to send the little girl to her dad. So I was saying, I'm surprised that her own dad will inflict the kind of a pain on her. But I ain't even get sleeping place. Look, we generated some money. We came up with $1,200 US. We were able to find out Oma our living place, gave her some money to start her little oil business, and she was so happy. So she went and took the little girl back from the dad. Said, yeah, it's a living testament to that. Lobo myself, I think says, yeah, call on the show, but I think she never participated that hearing.
Wow.
We raised $1,200, and today that woman is on her feet taking care of her daughter. All these things kind of the poverty, my brother. When you are in poverty, you cannot think. You just in survival mode. That's why you see, maybe they listen to smile like, bro, the person is mad. They want to fight, they want to insult you, because people are already going through tough time. They listening with trigger them, because we organize him the same way.
Can you imagine just because of a skit?
Yeah.
You want to cripple someone, you want to cut all of their fingers out, or you want to have them with that kind of hand forever. Someone who will not born cripple, but you want to put that kind of wound on them so that they can go with that forever in their entire life.
Maybe let me tell you something on the show before we go to the caller. I bet you, if that woman and her daughter can treat the little girl in such a manner, I bet you bring that little boy, he will explain worse than what happened to the little girl.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And there were good Mark. There were have issues even with the government, because if this won't happen, the first thing now you try not to go more deeper, instead of you saying maybe the only person who maybe may have been beaten or maybe who have been beaten or so for who are so on them, only then you care about. Then what happened to other people who in our home and they don't even at peace? Maybe there are other things maybe that have been happening to them years or time with our numbers, and they've been burning and some of the things going away. Just maybe there are no mark.
Hey, Ali, you know why I made that statement? That I said the worst that happened to the boy, if you can guess. You know why I said that?
Yeah, because if they did this to the girl, then the worst have been happening to the boy, and they've been in hiding. That just because if you can do it to this guy, then you have been doing the same thing to the boy.
That's it. You are smart dude. Because in Africa, traditionally for bad behavior, boys are treated worse than girls, because we always want to straighten the boy child. They won't inflict this much pain on a girl. And for the fact that the grandmother could accept the fact that a little girl shouldn't tell anyone in the public, it means that that little boy too is being abused, and he's afraid he won't say anything.
He won't say anything.
What happened to the little girl? I can guarantee you that what happened to that little boy.
And this thing happening in so many communities. Sometimes even if some of our people want to talk, they will be insulted. People will say, what do you want to say? Take yourself from a family thing. In fact, this is my business. You have no right. Anymore. What is it happening? Because like you just said, my brother, nobody able to even take care of the children, no security, nothing. So at the end of the day, people feel that they can do anything that they want to do to the children or to anybody and just go scot-free. This is
And
terrible.
here's the thing, maybe if you talk about you got Child Protective Service and the Ministry of Gender, there's why we talk about funding for some of these social programs. This child, you cannot give her back to that grandma ever.
No.
You take this child forever. And maybe you got some day program for them where you can help, where government create funding. That's why the government is there. I will keep telling you, spend on the people. There's where the taxpayer resources will be going. Maybe you get someone in a school or someone in a day program or someone in an orphanage or any kind of a day program wherein they are taken care of. Because like I said, there are thousands of them in that country. But this case, man, it's a serious case. And I hope the government never give the little girl back to that grandma and that daughter, ever. I think they have the right. This is where you show your power as a government. You take this child and put it in government protected custody. That's the most you can do for a little girl. Never, ever. But anyway, who am I? We just on Truth FM. It's up to the government to decide that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Many of these things always happening to our children, and sometimes they will call, the people will call the media, people will call, but sometimes even if you go there, you call. So now some police officer will also go to some of the places and the job. Mark, the reason why you see the other issue like this is just because of the media. What we telling most of our people.
The people in West Point,
You have the media right on your phone. That phone that you holding, some of you today who have smartphone.
Yeah.
Anytime when people are beating people fighting here, they just record.
Upload it. We take it from there.
Simple. Just record. Leave them. When they don't want to listen, just record. That case will come back to them, and they will understand that what they did yesterday, or in fact, whatsoever days, they were wrong. So the only thing you can do, always record.
Citizen journalism. That's how they call it. Citizen journalism.
Simple as that, Mark. Simple. So again, I go to the line, but I'll do another thing before I go to the line. We need to hear from some of our people, our parents, who But are you?
Let's listen to our people.
All right, cool. So let's listen to our people. David King, David, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor, and let me say good evening to the rest of the family.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, whatever you guys have discussed this evening, I really caught my attention how to do with it from the key. Not only neighbor, it is good to respect the leader. And I always admire you. Whenever sometimes people like us want to slip, and we put our emotion into the conversation, you cut us off. That's good. But I don't hold that against you. I believe you want to keep the sanity of the office and the individual whole. But Prophet King is only thing people like you can't the only thing. Nobody has ever called them to represent them for whatever they've been doing. So the chief justice is telling us the left of Joa Hawasila, Clark Bayou Via, George Via, and Joseph Dimon Waka, and the rest of the people can do for it. Everything in your public can do for it. So, we want to kind of it's so important that those people. That's why the man just found the enemy is the word, he just found the enemy. So you want to call him on to lock him up because basically when you associate God, you only went over there to throw that one kid out and say, well, it's your freedom of speech. So what this time, you can become freedom of speech, you want to go over it. So I think the go over it, over guy right to the freedom of speech, I God give it right. No need for Yami Busy to take away the man God give it right. You let over go.
All right, thank you. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number. Let's look into the social issue that we are discussing here this evening, how to do with the little girl, and yes, and also the other discussion about how to control your finance, or maybe some of the issues, or maybe some of the things that we'll do, or maybe to take money from people and so forth. But that look at the way that our children have been treated, and this thing happened in our very community. Some of us, we see these things every day. We wasted these things. At the end of the day, sometimes some of us, we make quiet. We don't easily talk. That's the thing. You're beating on children like they are some kind of animal. Hello, Charles Cooper. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Let me detest
what happened to that nature. We already did that on Facebook. We call for justice to prevail in your case. Maybe no matter how cruel you might be, you cannot treat an innocent child like that. You know, normally, maybe what do I tell people? As a children by nature, they are already stupid. The children, they don't even have the kind of sense that you have. Sometimes they're doing something that is bad and they are thinking that it's even good. So you, the adult, you have to tell them, say, no, it's not good, you cannot do it. As well as we, the teacher, maybe, that's why I've told people, maybe if you don't have sufficient grace, you cannot be in a classroom now. Because sorry to say, maybe these days the children are very temptious. But that's where the grace comes in, maybe, to be able to handle their behavior and regulate their behavior. So no matter what happened, you cannot be cruel to. I saw that on Facebook, maybe. For me, I just saw a crap my skin, so I escaped it quickly. I just make my comment because I never see the kind of thing, maybe. So we are calling on the government to take a strenuous action against that particular family. And maybe let me advise parents, maybe. No matter how poor you are, a couple you and your children to eat gari together. You're eating together. But here, you see, some parents who sort of say, there's poverty is that we agree, maybe. But some parents don't carry attitude, maybe. They will just bully children and just garden because there are no laws.
Just because they want to be free. They want to be free, so they dad the children, the grandmom, the granddad, and so forth. That's true, you're right.
That's very irresponsible. And you see, some of them, remember, most of us, we are struggling in this country. But if you know you are struggling, you deserve a bully children. So you deserve a bone and planted means you should be able to tell your girl. But you see, so especially the men, most of these men these days, they are irresponsible people. They escape their responsibility. They are born each other by the women. We agree that women do got their own problem that are making some men to run away. But maybe if you born a child that is an innocent child, you cannot mind the moral behavior of that child and you will run away from the child because that child is innocent. They are not the one that told you to bring on the earth. So I think cruelty should stop, and people who born in their children should stop just sending their children to people in the name of going to school. When they get it doesn't matter when they send the children, they don't even check on them, maybe.
All right. My brother, you're right.
It's cruel, man. It's cruel.
All right. 0770-203125. Even some biological parents also treat their own children in the phone manner, and all of these things, the mom said, life situation. Sometimes people feel that life is not going the way they want life to go. So they will end all of the anger on the children. Hello? To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, hello, neighbor. My name is Charles. I'm calling you from the weekend now.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, neighbor, what you go, I think in the studio that there is a darkness going around. It even happened to one girl from my farm, the young woman. Gave a daughter to someone to live with the person. And that girl, since then, we understood that they use that type of research. That girl has all up and down running after the child. Up to this one, there is no remedy, no answer to a question about that. They don't even know about the child up to today. She went everywhere she went.
The child missing or what?
She gave the child to someone to live with in Morocco. And according to the story, we heard that the man and the son with the child and he strangled that child to death. But that woman has gone up and down looking for that child. No regret. There is nothing. Up to now, I'm speaking to you, still informer, and still crying for that child today. No answer to it. Wow. So some of these things, giving children now to people, you got to be very careful because some of the children have their trust with them. They're taking them to the country and carrying them to different places. Some of them are using them for ritual and other things.
Yes, indeed, you are right. Thank you, man. Dear brother, there's some story they feed about a lady carrying one label to Guinea. Hello, to this caller first. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening to your panelists. I saw that little girl as I'm talking when I'm feeling very bad. And the child months, it happening everywhere, neighbor. Can you imagine? The officer didn't know it. Or we look at came for a name to come 10 years, 7 years, 14 years old. That little was beating on muscle for not checking in the children bed to wash la lunch.
Can you
so they got on muscle for it. As they step out of beating her,
He was there saying, I will give you today, I will give you today. So I was saying, I went back here and he did not answer me. I went outside, I didn't see her name, I called her name, where she can't tell her. You in the hall, you get up to the pool, and you can't call her, I'm going to that. I said, no, you don't want to the place, go there, go talk.
See it?
As you see now, anyway, why am I calling people?
No, but don't mind that thing, man. There is good. And in fact, these are some of the reasons, you know, that I'm just talking about the government. The government should even empower some of the community leadership, because all these things bow down to community leadership. So if the community leadership is strong, robust, most of it will not be happening. Most of it won't be happening, but again, that's the kind of society we're in. Hello? Good evening. Hello? Hello? Yeah, my brother, good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ghana.
Thank you for joining us here.
Yeah, good evening, Mo and Leo. And Mo, let me agree with you. You know that the Supreme Court get made that false prophet. They were sending that man to the lowest court. You were going to see, you know, get the same treatment, you know, that they supposed to give him. But anyway, it has happened. Now going to the little girl, gentlemen, that thing is so sad. That's why I gave the Congo people credit. When they used to take the people of, we call it country children to carry them, we would do all the work. They would do all the work, chemo, fill out the drum before you, but they make sure they go to school. Now, how many of our people in the 40s, in the 50s, and you know, how they got education. Before education started growing. You know, this is so bad. It happening all over. There are what are happening in the rural home that is not coming out, gentlemen. But thank you for the program.
Thank you so much for joining us from Nima County to this call. Good evening.
She said, Mama got a new man, and the man said he wants children. He was. So that Mama be working out with it. I was first, and another step out, and she already left. She already left, but you know, the man said he left the children there. So she left the children there. The new one should go in, and the man said he want children. That's what she told me.
Wow. Interesting. What kind of story? But we let a few more calls, then we'll cross over to our team. Mr. Malo are calling. Let me see quickly. Yeah, Mr. Malo, I think you can call back. Only Mr. Malo will take a leave maybe for a few minutes quickly. Then we'll cross over to our team. Let me get to Mr. Malo. Yeah, Mr. Malo try calling us. But this is interesting, my people. So, like I was saying, sometime I think our last week or week before last, that a lady was carrying little boy. In fact, change the name I know to Mohammed. Oh God, yeah. So the country interesting. And last day though, she was carrying Guinea, you know, and she wanted to change the name already. Now how the people try to, you know, mock. How the people notice that, you know, some of the things were ongoing. I said, no, who the child? The people call it the labor's calling different name, and she put a different name on the labor. So they know that means we got to know where the child comes from, because it's like maybe you are not the mother for the child, and I have that secret job leak out that. Yeah, so let me see. I think Mr. Mark basic, but again, Mark, I think we'll go no time. I think we can use it in 6 minutes about time to go.
Ali, go first. I think Ali is busy.
Yeah.
Well, the lady said it all, and we will keep admonishing our people here that we will talk about the social issue on the Sktv platform. Moving forward, every Thursday we'll be talking about this issue. There's a lot happening in that country. And people need to understand they got something they call individual responsibility and citizenship. The government cannot be everywhere. They whole concept that we got to blame the government for everything. No, we got our own role to play, just like civil society. Everybody has a role to play in society for society to operate from a functional standpoint. So when you see this thing happening, you got cell phone recording. You can even check in the parent and make a phone call to any authority, whether it's a police officer, because when you cannot bring this thing to the public attention, there is no way the government will be able to address. How the people of West Point are not taking the decision to bring the little girl story, how we have no Sktv. That's why we got a platform here. If you put it up there, you pull it on the internet, people will share it, we will get it, and we'll pull it on the whole radio, the whole country will hear it. So it's your job, it's your responsibility. When people believe that you are interfering in domestic matter, yes, interfere because of domestic violence. You got a right to interfere as well. Make this video, complain, call authority, and just make sure you can bring attention to these kind of stories. Because if you cannot bring attention to this story, then there is no way we can be able to help. Because like I said, there are tens of thousands of cases around that country. And for me, I was not born in the 50s or the 60s or 70s either, but growing up in Liberia, I know I don't like the too much sectarian Congo for the native thing, but I don't want the Congo people dead. The other color is right. Maybe it might be an inconvenient truth, but that's the truth. When these people used to go for people in the interior, no, they were trained in. They will do all the horsework, but guess what? All those people, 95% of them became better people today. They were able to run the home because they were sent to school. Even going to church, you're not missing church on the Sunday. Why think they were so you can become a better person? You don't go bring children from the interior and treat them like slaves. They sell him for you. You can't even make that life better. Then why are you going for them in the first place?
Why? That's the thing they're selling for you. They're looking for dinner bread for you.
Children,
what are you saying? You right, Mark?
So technically, you are destroying future generation with your hatred. So the lady who called, I think she's the MVP for the show today. Keep making those kind of gestures. When you see things happening, record them. Do the most you can do to bring it to the public square. Because I believe if you can bring it to the public square, and we can expand on this topic, maybe when the government punish few people, they will start desisting from this habit. I know we cannot eradicate it, but we can mitigate it in any way. So whether you're in Lofa or you're in San Local, when you see this thing happening, and one of the guys said, some people are into human trafficking. Labor, organ are very expensive. Heart, liver, kidney.
Oh yes.
People kill children and extract their body.
You don't even know this thing, Mark.
You don't know. Just recently we were talking about the Mariah Lucan story. How she came and took people children, 10, 20 of them, and left the country. You don't even check on your own children. You believe there was someone moreover. You don't know that well, but you don't even ask your kid.
You don't even care.
Yeah, you don't care. So, man, that's the most I can say. I don't want to take all the time.
Mark, thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. I think you knew everything. And that's the this is a thing I will keep saying to our people, that the best way to go is for you to check on your children. Make sure that you check on them regularly. Even if the caretaker will get issues, tell them that, yes, I just want to make sure that at least I know what happened to the child and what happened to you too also. I don't think I'm wrong, because sometimes there are a lot of us parents, in fact, when we have the children with us, we don't want for the parent to even come around at all. It's bad. Don't do that. Don't even do that. Allow the child to see they are both parents, even if they are both biological parents are not together, or they are not maybe they are not there with them. Allow them to visit. Allow them to come and see the kind of progress their child is making. But you can't deprive them of seeing their own children. It's wrong. And those are people who in a habit of beating children. More than I said, the society, the government too, more. The reason for me, I still want to even share most of the blame on the government. Empower the community leadership. More, when you empower the community leadership, most of the tension will now move on your head, and the community itself, the community leadership now will take charge. Because, like that lady said, even there are some officers alleged that even the kind of incident when you gave it to them, in fact, I didn't inform them matter. You people go ahead and go up, someone will feel weak. Oh, but I didn't go ahead. I thought you were already off. Go ahead, so we can go home for the day.
Yeah, thanks to the callers, those in the comment section. Yeah, that's just it. Mom, we continue to say this. People have to stop doing this kind of thing. Something that you can do to your own child. Don't bring your nephew, your cousin, and you start to treat them in such a form and manner. This is not good. You see, like the child now, but thank God the government had come in at least, and they had to make sure that she had to be prosecuted to serve as precedent to other people who go in the name of, let me carry my nephew, let me carry my cousin to help them. Like Monk said, during those days, the Congo people, they will take your child, they will carry them, they will wash dishes, they will scrub floor, everything. Yes, but they were going to school, and some of them today, we had them as minister directors. And
why you got some of them? Most of them. Why you got some?
Yes.
All of them.
And these are some of the things, but today it's not happening. And one thing I know people can do, like more maybe when you talking, say when you carry your child, you should check on them. Or people get that mindset that when I get a child to Melbourne, I'm supposed to be going there because anytime when I go there, when the child see me, the child will be crying.
The child will cry, the child will feel
I
bad.
want to go to my mom, I want to go to my pa. So for that reason, when they gave these children to their uncles, their aunties, they don't want to go there. They say, oh, the child will be crying. You can get child to somebody and you'll be going there all the time. You see that mindset? So because of that, your child will just be there. They treat you there anyhow. It's almost like, we the Muslim, when we were learning Quran, most people listening to me here, they know our parents just used to go, they dash all over them monk. They can't even say go there. The only time they will go there when they say, oh, your child feeling the Quran
Yeah, graduation day.
graduation day. So you over there, my brother, your parents not even going there, they not even say carrying food for you, nothing, you just over there. Sometimes the food said they carry your imam get about 4 to 5 wives. You see,
Like ration that Imam balling with.
like your ration. So sometimes some of those women then they will be like, okay, mom, say you can always listen to me. You go, you break my wool. So when they cook the dad, they will have small food somewhere. They call you in the corner. But sometimes just imagine, those people will cook. They take one hand of rice and give it to you. That your whole day food there. This were things that were happening.
It's
But
not new.
today, thanks be to God, they get a Muslim and English school, all of these things, they are not happening again. But people went through this kind of treatment, and for us to see this kind of generation we are in now, for people to still be treating people, children like that, this is not good. You see? Well, at least the government will step in and will see what they will do in the other case that will serve as precedent to other parents or other people that are taking care of people's children. You can bring people's children, you get them in the street setting to take care of your home, and your children are dead. You can even treat them like that.
All right. I missed your call. My phone didn't ring. All right.
And Melbourne says something. Sometimes you go in the interior, you bring your brother, daughter, your sister, son, whatsoever to live with you, and you have your children in that house, maltreating them. You will not talk because you feel like, oh yeah, like your big brother, then they're supposed to treat you. Even the training that they didn't give your own children, you sitting there, they using that person child day and night. You can't talk. And your children, their whole day, they are feet up. These are things that are happening. You see? And people need to be flagging this issue. When you see it, thank God now we get everybody now tend to journalists in the country. Just record it, you put it on social media, they will go for that person. These are things that are happening. Like you said, like girl, her brother is going through the worst. And they will say, that's how they were telling the other girl, they telling her not to say it. And the same thing, the brother too is going through the worst, but he will not say it. You see, but thank God today they have been exposed, and even that other child, they need to take that other child from them. You and I know in this country, even your own child, sometimes the way you will hold them, they will take all your children from you. You see, they say, okay, if you treat your child like they until you are a mother or father to take care of
that one for
you,
sure, yeah.
yeah, they will take every one of them from you. So send this girl when the case come up like this, they need to take your brother too from there, or else we'll hear something else. Well, maybe. Yes.
Well, I'm here, my brother. I'm here. I'm just enjoying you, and these are facts, brother Aliu. The children that they want to be disciplining other children, and it's bad. It's not because maybe your parents are the one that are giving the support, or maybe taking care of the home, so you want to act like in fact you are the one also in charge. And most of the parents do they take the kind of thing because it's wrong. We got to talk about these things. Like for example, monk is maybe taking care of the home. Monk is there. Monk doing everything, and monk children, maybe his sons or maybe his daughters, they want to discipline other children in the name of because their father bringing everything in the home. I think this is terrible for us as a society, and we'll talk about this thing because it's bad. And what happened today is because of that little other child who also stay with her grandparent also want to discipline another child. That's bad. But more, we gotta go no much time.
Oh yeah. Great show, guys. We'll do it again.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. See all of you, Grace B. Stevens, Robert Pasolo Jackley. See all of you on tomorrow by the grace of God. It is indeed interesting. And to our own mother, Yasini, yeah, Mama, we hope that you'll be coming on somebody human interest story, because this story is all important. Human interest story, we'll look at every Thursday and discuss about the human interest story instead of talk politics, because the politicians, they are very succeeding in, controlling the entire narrative to the center. No other issue that can easily talk about without politics. But good day to all of you people. We love you all. Love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia. Don't be that the rescue who don't want to talk about, or maybe they don't want to say their own slogan anymore. But good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The brothers giving us care and the parents of them. So welcome my life with African.
A lyrical
Master.
Cleverly, so make you. I can't ask you to be benyo. Say my journey, Tina can I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. The more I know. And you love our money. The more I know.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masoba, the Lofa, and Grandbaza.
And I Guinea, ya to money. And I Salia, ya to money. And I Conakry, ya to money. And I Codoboy, ya to money. And I Guinea, ya to money. And I Salia, ya to money. And I Conakry, ya to money. And I Codoboy, ya to money. And I forget it now, ya to money. That's the biggie. And I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masoba, the Lopa, and Grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flashing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sanu to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.